scares me.
Yeah.
You know, because they said you need topper, right? You need topper.
Yeah, and you need to put things
And I'm looking at it going,
underneath the hoop.
I'm looking at it going, well, where does the topper go? I don't understand. So this is going to be really good. Joni is going to make this bag right here.
Lisa's going to walk me through it. And I think this is adorable, and I'm really excited. I'd like to make several of these.
Yeah, and you'd like to make it like as a purse, right?
Yeah.
So and so the full collection shows you how and when to put the tabs in and when you know. So that's but I mean this is like the perfect size little purse for Arden.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
I might make her a bigger one because then
she's got to grow into it.
Yeah, she might grow into it.
It's something she wants to pull out every year.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to make her this one and the crossbody.
And Heather,
So she
Heather,
had a
there
set.
she is. Heather made it last night.
She did?
She did.
Oh,
Yes,
did she
she
have
posted
that?
a picture of it on Facebook.
How did
Yes.
she already had the pattern then?
Well, because we mailed them out,
Oh,
and the
okay.
kits got mailed out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. A
that's
lot
right,
of
that's
people
right.
received
There's
their
one.
kit.
Yeah,
and-
I was thinking of
She
the.
was making it last night while we were on the show.
Yes, was she? All right.
Okay.
I know she dives in. That's what I say. She dives in and she does it, and she's so excited about it. It's so neat to see.
Yeah,
Yes, we love that.
okay.
Oh, and the villages are on from Florida.
Yay!
So,
Yeah.
so that's your home state,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I see my partner just logged on and said hello, everyone.
Yes, yes.
Because
Sue
she likes
is
to
there.
be behind the scenes, and now she's really behind the scenes because she's in a different room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So she's watching. So giving us tips, which is absolutely wonderful. Because so that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, and they all wanted me to warn. I didn't agree with this, but they said we got to stop the 10% back at 5 o'clock today.
5 o'clock. So
Yeah.
they have to
Yeah.
check out quickly from
Yes.
3 o'clock.
And the big reveal isn't now. This is just a pop-up with a couple little things. And then, Kathy Campusano is in Fort Myers today. She's a Pittsburgher that
Yeah.
goes down to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. But and today you're gonna show this, and I think they're gonna show how to make a pom-pom. I think.
We are.
We are.
Okay. I'd like to see
So this
that
is
too.
going to be really good. I know our customers love learning. So I'm going to introduce Lisa. Come on in, Lisa.
Here I am
Here she
again.
is. Yes. So,
So welcome to our pop-up.
yes.
So Gloria was really adamant. She said our customers love to see it live,
yes.
and she said that Joni was amazing.
Yes.
In
She's
terms
very
of
calm.
doing stitches.
Very
She
calm.
is
She
very
stays
calm.
calm.
I stay
And-
calm even when I make mistakes.
And
Yeah.
Joni and I had a fun time yesterday stitching the Hug-a-Mug.
Yes, that
Uh-huh.
was
So
fun.
today we're going to stitch the Santa bag.
Okay.
And the whole goal is to stitch a Santa bag from start to finish.
yes.
So
I would love that.
Right. So as a reminder, project number 1 with the Holiday in a Hurry 2 kit is the Santa bag. And here's the Santa bag, right? I'm holding it kind of in the wrong
Yeah.
spot, but this will do.
Yes.
This will do. So if you got Holiday in a Hurry 2, you're going to want to stitch the Santa bag because it's stinking cute.
It is.
But you can also, remember there's a companion design set collection that is of more sizes and more styles. And this is the full Santa bag collection, which is 5 different sizes of the clutch style, which I think Joni said she's going to make some of the bigger sizes.
Yeah.
And then 6 different sizes
And I love that.
for the
Put the bubble on
crossbody.
that one, PJ, the Santa bag collection.
Yeah,
so
I
they
like
can
I
see
like
that.
them both because you know how we say we like sets.
Yeah, we do
Yes,
like
like
sets.
sets.
Yes,
we
yes.
like matching. We like sets.
Sets,
But
and-
you know what I'm thinking? Like that. Well, out of all the projects, it's the one we want to do most.
Right.
But it's kind of one of the harder ones
Yeah.
to start with.
It is,
So-
but it's not.
okay.
You know, a lot of people are scared to do in the hoop projects, and this is totally in the hoop. The only thing you do is turn it right side out after you've clipped it, after you've trimmed it, and then you have to hand sew the opening closed, or not do it like I do most of my bags.
Right.
That's
I did
know,
follow these
yeah.
samples because we're
Yeah.
here.
But we
Um,
do it by machine, don't you? Just like put it together, do
Yeah.
a straight stitch, and
Yeah.
tuck it back
Yes,
in. Okay,
absolutely.
we'll do it that way.
Sometimes. But
Yeah.
I hand sewed these, and Sue knows
Okay.
I hate hand sewing.
Mhm.
But zippers in the hoop are so easy. So we're going to show you how easy it is to do.
Mhm.
And Joni's going to stitch it from start to finish.
Okay.
So Joni's going to have me right next to her.
Yes.
And I'm basically going to be giving the instructions that are in your pattern. So you get a pattern, and in the pattern are really two things. One is the instructions, like how big are you cutting everything? And then there's a stitch sequence document that basically is going to be me when I'm not there. So it's going to say, you know, run the first stitch, and this is what it does. Okay, now place your fabric. Place your fabric. This is the next step. So you have it step by step. It's super easy. There's pictures. So you shouldn't have any trouble.
Okay.
But Joni and I are going to go over the machine, and
Okay.
we're going to get stitching.
All right,
Okay.
wonderful.
Okay.
All right,
I'm glad
so-
to be here watching.
All
'Cause
right.
Then I'll won't feel like it's too hard.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think we're going to, PJ's coming over to arrange
Should
us.
we- okay, so I guess
You, why don't you sit there, and I'll sit over here in the,
Oh,
in
okay.
the
that's-
catbird seat.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right.
All right.
Right.
So the first thing Joni's going to do is she's going to go to her USB stick.
Okay.
And the USB stick is already in,
Okay. It's over here.
right? And so
And
she's
you're
going to
gonna
hit
go-
the pocket,
Okay. And then we'll
and
go.
she's going to go to the USB stick,
Okay.
and she's going to go to the Holiday and Hurry 2 design set. Now, you'll notice there are 15 different folders. There's one for each project. Now, the instructions are all together in when you get the download, you get actually 8 folders. There's 7 that are machine languages like PES and EXP and VIP and HUS. Those are 7. And then the 8th is the directions for all 15 projects.
Okay.
These are just the designs, and this is what you take to your machine.
Okay.
So she's going to go ahead and touch project number 1.
Okay. Easy.
And you'll notice that there are 3 designs that come up.
Mhm.
One of those designs, the first one is if you're doing a quilted bag and you want to quilt your back. We're going to use a vinyl bag today,
Oh,
but
that's good.
if you were going to do a quilted bag, you choose the first one. You don't have to, but you can. Then there are 2 designs that look almost the same, but you'll notice that one says TZ3 and one says TZ5. That is, are you using a size 3 top zipper or a size 5 top zipper?
Okay.
We're using 5, so she's
Okay.
going to touch 5.
All right.
And now she's going to touch set.
Okay.
So now she's got the design ready to go. She's going to go into embroidery,
Okay.
and she's going to put her hoop on.
Okay. There we go. And there is
No show mesh.
Yes. No show mesh.
And she did already prepare her machine, which means she's got an embroidery weight bobbin in.
Mhm.
She's got the right needle in, and there's the needle. It's a 9014 embroidery needle, like we talked yesterday. Can you see that, PJ?
Mhm.
There you go.
Okay.
She's got her threads all lined up. She needs white, black, gold, and red.
Okay.
And she's going to stitch the first stitch.
All right. So this is like a placement stitch.
Yep, this is a placement stitch. It's going to show you the outside of the bag, and then it's going to show you where the zipper goes.
Okay.
And we're going to keep PJ busy today because there are some kind of steps that you have to have your hoop on a flat surface, including this first one where we're going to put the zipper in our hoop. But first we have to stitch the zipper placement, and that's what it's doing now. There we go. And we're using red for our thread because the first thing we really do is reds, because we're doing the bag part first, the front of the bag.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
So that stitch is completed. And we say next step is to remove the hoop from the machine.
Okay.
And we're going to go to a flat surface,
Okay. So
which
we'll
we're
go
just going to spin around.
spin around.
Yep.
And we'll take this.
And then we're going to take our zipper,
Mhm.
and we're going to place our zipper. And do note, I'm going to show you this. I hope you guys can see. The zipper, the right zipper placement stitch is actually just outside the bag outline for a top zipper. It's kind of odd, but not to worry. She's going to put it right in here, and she's going to tape it.
Okay.
Now, we say in the pattern, in the stitch sequence document, as tempting as it is, do not think you can hold it in place
Right.
because it won't stay in place,
Okay.
right?
And you want to just
And
lay
you want
right
it to
along
right
the
around
side.
here. And because we're using a size 5, it fits
Mhm.
perfectly. And I actually just let that go that way
Okay.
and then let the zipper tape
I was
keep
going
that
to say,
tab down.
doesn't matter if
Yep.
you put it You
Nope.
It went
Nope.
either end. Okay.
Although the zipper tab, no, should always be at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
pictures show this too.
Okay.
And notice how, Joni, because she remembered this from yesterday,
Mhm.
you want to make sure it's below this stitch line.
Mhm.
She's a little on the line here, but doesn't matter because it actually comes down a little bit. But do have your tape below the stitch line. She's ready to go back to the machine and
Okay.
stitch the next step.
Okay.
And thank you for, I think that was Kathy or probably Sue whispering Kathy's ear. Make sure we tell them that these have to be nylon zippers. You can't use metal zippers because a metal zipper is going to not only break your needle, but damage your machine potentially.
Okay.
All right, so step number 2 is tack down of the zipper.
Okay.
And it's going to tack down first the right side. And then the left side. And I'm going to stop the machine right now. If you would just hit stop for 1 second.
Mhm.
So for the Solaris, for this size zipper, this brand of zipper, it's not going to hurt. You know, it's not going to be pushing the zipper coil to the right. Some zipper coils are bigger, like higher than others. And if it does, make sure you raise your embroidery foot a little bit. But we don't have to worry about it for this one. And you just go ahead and continue on.
Okay.
You'll see if it's pushing the zipper. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to take it off the hoop, off the embroidery arm,
Mhm.
and take it back to our flat surface.
Okay. There we go.
Yep. And we're going to turn it right side down. And just like we did yesterday,
yes.
Joni,
Mhm.
we're going to remove the no-show mesh between the two zipper lines.
Okay.
Now, we're not going to cut right to that stitch line. We're going to give it a little bit of breathing room, but we're going to trim that out. So you use a stitch ripper to just give yourself a little hole to start with.
Okay.
There you go, just enough to get your
Your
scissors in.
there.
And she's going to trim that out because, of course, if you don't trim that out, you're not going to be able to open your bag later.
Have you adjust your microphone a little time?
Okay.
Can we just
Yeah.
pinch your shirt and that
Yeah,
works
here,
too.
I'll just take this off and then do this.
That works.
Better?
Thank you.
Yep.
And I was going to say this, we're cutting up to this line right here.
That's right,
which
that
is
line
just-
right there, yep.
Yeah, because it's a little hard to see because
Yep.
it's the bobbin thread that we're looking.
Yep.
We don't see the red thread on that
That's
one.
right. You can kind of see it, but
Mm-hmm.
just take your time. It's not hard.
No. Okay.
Okay. So now we're ready for the mic. Now I just looked at the message and it says mic. So now we're ready for the lining.
Okay.
So we're going to take the lining. We're going to place it right side down with the right side of the piece, and it's interface.
Base or face.
So it's the right side of the piece on the right side of the zipper,
zipper. Okay.
right? Of the zipper placement.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to use a little tape.
Okay.
And I like to use masking tape. You can use like blue tape. You know, there's some fancy tape you can purchase, but I buy this masking tape by the roll. And do note, again, Joni's keeping her masking tape out of the outside. There's the outside stitch line of the bag. Now, this is going to stay in this position for a long time. So just make sure you always keep it in this position and watch when you put your hoop back on the machine. I'm going to turn it over because we're going to show you the next step so you're going to be able to see it here. She's going to take the fur
Okay.
and she's going to put the fur right side down with the edge along that same zipper line.
Right here. like
Right
that.
there. Perfect.
Okay. All right.
And she's going to now stitch a tack down stitch, but it's easier for you to see here. So go ahead and do that next. We're going to
Okay.
go back to the machine.
Okay. So we're not using this yet. Or are we?
We are using that. We're going to
Okay.
put it right back where you had it. I just thought it might be easier for them to see.
Okay. So like that.
But it's right side down. Yep.
Yep.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good, just like we did yesterday.
Mhm. Let's see. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. And hold over that.
Yep.
Okay. And then we're just gonna.
Yep.
touch
And
that.
it's fluffy, so you
Mhm.
want to make sure your hands are there, just like Joni's are there. Beautifully manicured, my add.
Yeah.
And there you go. She's doing the tack down.
Okay.
Now, the next step is to tack down the front, and I'm just going to bring the fabric over there because you don't actually have to take it to a flat surface for that. She's
Okay.
going to take the vinyl or the cotton or the velveteen. She's
Okay.
going to lay it right side down along those same lines, and she's going to do another tack down.
Okay.
We don't have you do them both at the same time because it's just too hard to control. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
So now in the instructions, it would say to put a piece of batting down. If you're using quilting, you're using cotton, you would put a little piece of batting right here. And then you would flip this front fabric down. We're using vinyl, so we're not using the batting. We're going to flip that front fabric down and do finger press just like Joni's doing. It looks like she's done this before,
Oh, yeah.
but I know she hasn't.
You're right.
And then you go ahead and stitch the tack down, which is going to tack down the lower portion of the bag.
Okay.
And do make sure you've got your fingers up towards the top so that you're not,
okay.
yeah,
Oh,
there you
There
go.
you go. Okay.
Vinyl likes to do a little bouncy.
Mhm.
There you go. Now this is a step that we're using a 9014 embroidery needle. We had no problems. It's stitched beautifully. If you have threading, your thread shredding, that's a message to you to just lower your embroidery foot a little bit.
Okay.
Some vinyls can be a little fussier than others. This is beautiful vinyl, so you didn't have any trouble. But other beautiful vinyls, you might get some shredding or skipping of stitches. If that happens, that's your message to say, I'm working with vinyl. I need to lower my foot for this step.
Okay.
All right, so now if you look over at the machine, and PJ, can you see what our next step is?
Yep.
We're going to skip this step because we're not going to be quilting because we're actually using vinyl.
Okay.
But here's the quilting motif. So if we were doing, and I'll grab a bag that's got it. I'll just put it up here. Oh, there you go. If we were doing a cotton bag, we'd be doing this quilting motif just on the bottom of the bag. Okay? And it's just a really pretty little snowflake.
Yeah, right there.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're not, so we're going to skip it.
Okay, so we'll go.
So we're going to go to the plus
plus,
minus. Yep,
And
there you go.
forward. Okay.
So now is the time she's going to flip her fur to the left. And we're going to stitch the fur tack down. Now, this is also where we would tell you to switch your threads to a white. And we've got a white already out for her.
Okay.
We had little Kathy being our little thread angel this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So there's our white.
Okay, we got our gray spool cap is down here.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Now I'm a quilter also, as well as an embroiderer, so I would always be using my thread stand. But you know, sometimes with a demo situation, it's much easier not to have it. But I always use my thread stand. If you have it, I say use it.
Okay.
All right, so now she's going to do the tack down for the fur.
Okay.
And the tack down, and she can start stitching, and we say this in our instructions, the step by step. It's actually two different steps. One is the step that's stitching right now, and it's just going to stitch a straight stitch to tack it down. And then without stopping, although it repositions, it's going to do a zigzag stitch to kind of compress the fur right on the edges.
Okay.
She doesn't have to do anything but doing that tack down stitch. Oh, and you know, this is a great example of a demo that goes wrong. So let's
Yeah.
stop it.
Okay. The edge
And-
wasn't in
and-
the.
No, and scissors off
Okay.
because Lisa just had a little boo-boo.
Okay.
Because what you need to do, luckily we didn't have trouble. This is a great machine.
Okay.
we should have
it's
put
done our topper on. Okay. So we can just start it.
Yeah, so we're going to bring it over to the table. We're going to show
Okay.
you what we should have done before we started the
Mhm.
tack down stitch.
Okay.
But no demo's perfect. And
Right.
here's what
yeah,
happened. You realize
believe
you
me,
skipped a
we
step,
know that's
a
not
step,
perfect.
and then you go fix yourself.
Okay.
So then you just, here's your topper.
Mhm.
And, Sue owned a embroidery store for lots of years, 17 years.
Yeah.
And we had people say, can I use plastic wrap? No.
No.
We had some people who were using like wax paper for their stabilizer.
Yeah.
No.
Or paper towels.
So you
or-
spend a lot of money for your
Mhm.
expensive machines. Don't do that.
Okay.
Topper is a product for a stabilizer, or it's a type of stabilizer that you put on top of like towels or on top of fluffy fabrics.
Let's see.
And just like yesterday, this is a little cut oversized because I just
I
whacked a
missed.
piece off.
Yeah, I missed the
So let's
hoop.
take it down there, and then you're going to tape it at the top,
There, that'll be better because I got it on
and
the
then
hoop
we'll
now.
and we'll trim a little
Mhm.
bit from the bottom here, so you can do the same with that.
Okay.
You just tape it at the top and tape it on the bottom. And the reason you do that is, luckily, this is really nice Sherpa.
Yes.
I never say that word right.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't catch the embroidery foot, but it could, which is why we say you have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, you can kind of get started and not have a problem. But if we'd had a problem, that would have been really bad.
Yes. Okay.
But hey, we all have boo-boos.
Yeah, we do.
And now I made one.
Okay.
So you should feel, well, I'm right with you, girlfriend. Okay.
Seems like there's
All right.
always something that doesn't
That's right.
go quite
So
right.
now we're going to go and take it from the top on that step.
Okay, so we're going to go, let's see, okay,
Yep.
and we'll go back to the
Yep.
needle with the plus and minus sign, and we'll go hit
There you go.
the arrow backwards.
And all of you can laugh at me when you watch this again, when you stitch your first one and say, I'm not going to do what Lisa did.
Mhm. Okay. All
Okay.
right, so,
There you go. All right,
All
so
right.
there we go.
okay, and then
And
we'll
she's going to have a much easier time now because it's got a topper down.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
even
now
with
it's
topper,
perfect,
yep,
yes.
you do have to hold it just like
Mhm.
Joni's doing. And we do tell you how big to cut your topper based on how big your bag is. This is the 5x7, which is part of the Holiday in a Hurry 2 collection, also part of the Santa Bag collection. So we're going to stitch our little zigzag, which is going to compress the fur right where the seams will be. And the topper and fur are gonna want to puff up a little bit, so you should do exactly what Joni's doing, which is keeping her finger there. And the fur, for whether you're doing the Santa Bag or the Hug-a-Mug, is always cut oversized, because if you cut it to the exact size, it's gonna want to flip. So there you go. And now we're going to take it over to the cutting table, and we're
Okay.
going to trim. And you notice every time we're taking it off the hoop, we're taking it over to the cutting table. A flat surface is what we
Yeah,
say
you
in
don't
the
wanna-
pattern.
You don't want to
Don't
hold it in
hold
your
it
lap.
on your
yeah,
lap.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the topper away from outside of the fur. We
Okay.
want it to stay
Oh.
inside the fur.
Okay, so.
You might want to use the scissors to get
yeah,
started.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. And then it'll probably just tear away.
Yeah.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. Perfect.
But do note that Joni's leaving it inside here because
Mhm.
that's important, because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the belt. So the next thing she's going to do is she's going to trim this excess fur away.
Okay.
And I find if you hold it a little bit tighter, like pull it almost a little bit,
Then you
it
can
really
get close.
gives you a nice
Mm.
close cut. And just take your time. And like we did the velveteen one yesterday, make sure you've got some masking tape, or you've got a lint roller with you, because whether you're using Cuddle or you're using Sherpa, it's shreddy, thready. So make sure you're practicing good cleanliness, because you don't want that fur to get into your machine.
No, yeah, that's right.
All right.
Okay, and I
Yep.
think this one's
I think
probably.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
So the next step, and while we're here, we'll show it so you know what she's doing. The next step is going to be a placement stitch for the belt. And then she's going to take the belt fabric and place it over the placement stitch. So let's go back to the machine.
Okay. And we
And
want
do note,
black.
our lining is still over here.
Okay.
That stays out of the way for a while. Okay,
Okay.
let's go do it.
Okay, and we're going to change to black thread.
Yep.
Okay.
And by the way, if you're wondering, this design takes 17 minutes to stitch. Obviously takes a little bit more because you're going to be taking it on and off the embroidery arm to do your trimming and add your pieces. But that's one of the reasons why this is such a great in-the-hurry project, because you can make a lot of these, like I have.
Yes.
I'm going to go home and count how many I made, because Sue keeps saying I've made 80, but I don't think I have.
Oh,
But
really?
it's up there for sure. Yeah. Yes, yes.
See,
Oh,
this
I think
looks like-
that's,
yeah, it's kind of got something going on here. Let's see. Yeah.
But I keep finding people that are going to want one of these. Like, you know,
Yes.
my hairdresser. It's great to
Mhm.
give one of the smaller ones during the holidays, because, you know, you give them a tip. And then you put a gift card in there, or it's something they can carry. I showed my girlfriend when we had lunch last week that we're coming up here to Gloria Horn. And she said, "Oh, what are you going to show?" And I showed her a picture that was on my camera from getting ready for the pattern. And she goes, "You made me one, didn't you?" "Oh, and Kinsley needs one. And I also need one for Krista." So,
Uh-huh.
you know, all of a sudden you got 5 more to make.
Yes. It'd be cute for teachers.
Oh, it'd be great for
Great
teachers.
teachers.
Yeah.
Mhm. Nice teacher gift.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, and now Joni's going to put the fabric right over that placement stitch. This one you don't need to tape. You can if you want to, but I think you're fine without.
Okay.
Best
Right.
practice would probably be tell you to tape it, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's an applique of a belt. And anytime we do an applique, we do a triple stitch, and that just makes sure that, you know, when you're cutting close to the stitch, you've got some weight there to help you not trim into the stitching. And I love, you know, Joni's got great technique here, because she's actually using her hands to make sure that things stay flat. You know, you never know what's gonna pop, you know, something pop. So don't think you can just throw a piece of fabric underneath there and let it stitch. Use your hands to keep everything flat. Next, Joni's going to remove the hoop from the embroidery arm. She's going to go to a flat surface, and she's going to trim the upper and lower.
Not
No
the sides.
reason to trim the sides.
Okay.
It's actually good to leave it in the sides.
Okay, good.
So there we go.
So much fun.
Yay!
Yes. Yeah.
And can't you see already how easy it is?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
And the great thing, since we're doing a pop-up, that this is going to be on Gloria Horn's Facebook site, right, PJ?
Yep.
And then we'll also be YouTube-y?
You'll be on YouTube. Yep.
Awesome.
You'll be on GloriaHorn.com.
Wonderful.
So when you go to make it, you could just
Yeah,
follow
if you
along
forget
with
something,
that.
you can go watch, and then you can see Joni make the bag.
Mm-hmm.
And literally everything I've said so far is in your stitch sequence document and your instructions.
Okay.
All right, so she's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing that's going to happen is there's going to be a satin stitch that finishes this applique.
Okay.
And then when she's done with that, it's going to be a placement stitch for the buckle. So
Okay,
let's go.
Okay.
And do note that plastic, you know, not the plastic, but the topper is still in place.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the places it's important that it be, because now we're going to be doing that satin stitch right at the top of the belt, and we don't want that fur to be in the way.
Okay.
And if you're wondering, well, why is it only doing that little section? That's because the belt's going to be in the middle, and you don't want to have stitches on top of stitches. It just makes it bulky, doesn't make it look as pretty. So we're going to do the one side and then the other side for both the top and the bottom, and it doesn't take long. So who are you going to make these bags for, Joni?
I'm going to make them for my granddaughter, and I think I'll make one for my daughters. Okay,
Nice.
and then I have a couple friends that I'd like to make them for. But then,
Yep.
like you said, everybody will say,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
I want one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, I think the nice thing about this hobby, whether it's quilting or embroidery, is that I really enjoy making them, and then I enjoy giving them to.
Yes, and
Yeah.
people are usually thrilled with them.
They are.
Yeah, and it's fun to make stuff for Christmas.
It is. It's very fun to
I
make
make
stuff for Christmas.
Yeah. And it never goes out of style. So
No,
you have
no.
the design and you can use it
Yeah,
year after year
that's
after
right.
year after year.
That's right.
Mhm.
Now, every time we see these bags, Sue always says, you could tell people, and I'm going to grab a bag, you could tell people they could use green fabric or green vinyl
Okay.
and have it be a leprechaun bag.
Oh, yes.
Wouldn't that be
Yes,
cute?
that
If you just
would
change
be.
this to green
Mhm.
and then you did exactly the same stuff,
Mhm.
it becomes a leprechaun bag.
Wow, yes.
I know.
Okay.
Well, that just made my partner very happy.
Mhm.
Wow. PJ, you did great camera work. We have to get
Thank
you to
you.
come to Sarasota for a little while.
Yeah. Mhm.
So after the satin stitch, like I said, we're going to do the buckle, and then we're about done.
Okay, good.
Find out.
Mhm. And the gold zipper looks so nice with it.
It really does. It really
Mhm.
does. Sue and I both said you guys did just an amazing job with the kits. They look so beautiful. And I love this little bag. I just think it's so cute.
It is very, very,
And it doesn't
cute.
matter what size you're stitching. So in the Santa collection, right, which is the companion collection where you get 11 different sizes and you get options for pockets, and it's really the exact same process.
Okay.
No matter what size you're stitching or what style you're stitching. The only difference really between the clutch style, which is what we're stitching right now, and the crossbody style is that in the crossbody style, right, this is how it looks in the hoop. It's this direction,
Okay.
right? As opposed to for a clutch style, it's in this direction,
Okay. I
right?
see.
So
Yes. Oh, wow.
it's the exact
Yeah,
same stitch
thing.
sequence. The
Mhm.
difference is just the orientation for the top of the zipper.
Yes. Okay.
So when you stitch a 5x7 bag, this is a 5x7. Technically, that's called a 7x5
okay.
because you always do width first
Okay.
and then height.
Okay.
So these are exactly the same bags, just different orientation in your hoop.
Yeah. You know what you could do too is if you didn't want the crossbody, you could put make it a wrist-at.
Oh, you could,
Yeah,
for sure.
Kind of
Yeah,
put it on right there.
absolutely.
Mhm. With some vinyl.
That's right. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're gonna let it stitch. I realized we didn't have our little tab here. It must be in my bag, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm going to take my microphone off for 1 second while I grab it.
I should be negotiating my trip to Florida, right, Joni?
Yes, you should. Yeah. Maybe she'd want you in January, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, all they have to do is feed me. I
Yeah,
think that's what
okay.
we usually say. But
Oh, really?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, good.
here you
Yeah,
go.
it's
There
doing
you go.
the
Thank
final little satin
Perfect.
stitch.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. I like the vinyl. It's fun to
Yeah.
try something
It is.
different.
Yeah,
But the velvets were beautiful.
beautiful for sure.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
kit that we saw last night for the fabrics for that was just
It was
Amazing.
stunning. So it looks basically like this one here when you hold that. So while they're finishing stitching, they can
that's
see
right.
that one again.
Yeah, that's the velvet.
That's the velvet.
And with all the quilting.
And you know, I realized this too. So I watched the part of the video from last night. It's really hard to see stitching on red. And I had troubles when I was taking pictures of some of our bags because red on red just blurs out. But if you guys could see this in person, it is just wowzer.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so that's what it
Okay.
looked like. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing that last little finishing stitch. I think it just gives it a nice professional finish. And then the next thing that's going to happen is Joni's going to change her thread to gold
Okay.
because we're going to do the placement stitch for the buckle.
And I like the cookies for Santa.
Oh,
That-
yes, that was super
that-
cute.
Mhm.
Super cute. I really enjoyed, working on all of them.
Mhm.
You know, Sue and I divide and conquer when we do collections. Like you stitch this part, I'll stitch that part,
Yeah.
and I wanted to do them all.
It's okay. So that's right. It's out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Mhm.
That's perfect.
That's
That's
right.
where it's supposed to be.
Yes.
There you go. And so now she's going to take her gold fabric or vinyl, and she's going to put it over the placement stitch. And again, you can tape this if you prefer, but with a small piece like this, it's fine as long as you're going to tend it
Mhm.
like Joni is,
Yeah.
and make sure it doesn't flip around. There you go.
Mhm.
She can pay a little less attention in a minute because
Okay,
what she's
yeah.
done is she's done the outside of the buckle
Okay.
as soon as it finishes. And then now it's going to do the inside of the buckle. So you notice for the placement stitch, we only did the outside part because there's no sense
Right.
stitching the
Mhm.
inside part.
Right.
So now we're just going to do the inside part.
And we'll cut that out, right?
And we're going to cut that out. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now Joni's going to take the embroidery hoop off the machine. She's going to place it on a flat surface. And
Okay,
she's
so we'll
going
go
to
over
remove
here.
the excess fabric from the buckle. She's
Okay,
almost
this is
done,
good.
Gloria.
It is
Lost
amazing.
my
It's,
microphone, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It was right here.
it's,
Here you
it's
go.
so much
Oh,
fun
here you go.
because you get it done quickly.
Oh
In a
man!
hurry.
17
You get it done in
minutes.
a hurry.
So this was the topper was just to hold the
Fur
fur
down, right?
away
Right.
from where it's
Didn't
going to
you- you
stitch, or
didn't
just
see my
down.
boo-boo? Because I forgot to put it on for a second.
No,
yeah,
no.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, I
I
forgot
always
the topper.
that's the way I sew.
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah,
oops.
You need
myself in good
snips.
company.
Where's our snips?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see. Our
Oh,
Formore.
okay.
Do you have our Formore snips?
yeah. We
I don't
can
know.
never find our stuff.
You know.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's, there you go.
Okay.
So now she's just trimming the excess fabric from around the belt buckle. And
Okay.
she's going to use a little seam ripper to just carefully
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't
cut a little
the-
opening in the center because don't forget,
Yeah.
you've got vinyl underneath.
and we want that.
Mhm.
We don't want to.
Yeah, we don't
put a
want
little
to
slit
mess
in
that
that.
up. And you know, from the 60 whatever bags I made, I was always very careful and I didn't have any issues.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I always cut out the middle when I'm doing my ovals with the fancy
Yep.
fills underneath.
Right?
Okay.
And so I never experienced grabbing that fabric underneath because the fancy fill was holding it down.
I think I got it. So
Until-
you just go like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you only
You
got
don't
one
need a
layer.
Yeah, I
You
only
don't
got.
need a big space, you just need a little.
Yeah, and then I can
Oh,
poke my.
don't let you even do it.
Okay, There,
Okay.
there it is. I think I just
You got one layer.
one layer. Yeah.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay,
Just
and
a
then
little
we'll
slit
just.
to get in there and you're good.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
golden there, girlfriend.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
So could you let them know that again at 3:00 we'll be selling these patterns and kits again because
Yes.
they're asking for this kit right now.
Yes.
Okay.
See it,
Okay.
and I want to
Yes.
show that
So
it's in the bubble.
the so the Santa bag collection is in the bubble right now.
Mhm.
But
Nice
we
time.
do still have the whole holiday in a hurry
Oh, yes, for
bags.
sure.
We have those sample kits ready too.
Oh,
So,
good.
So
Alright.
if somebody didn't get one of those yet, it's a great kit. But then they put in my arms the kit we showed last night.
Okay,
so
so
I'm
we wanna
gonna
show
gotta
it?
get it. I'll get it ready while you guys are.
Yep.
I'll fold it
Okay.
nice.
We're,
Okay.
yep, we're
There
about
we
to
go.
actually go do the satin finishing stitch for the belt. So
Okay.
then we can put it right in the middle here, Miss Glory.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
I think, there we go. So cute.
And see, was it anything to be scared of so far?
No.
All
No.
right. How are you? How's
No.
everybody thinking? Yeah, the
There we
vinyl.
go.
I
There
do
you go.
like
Just
the
like a
vinyl.
piece right
Yeah,
up
little there. A little bit here.
There you go.
Okay.
Joni is just like Sue and I, very
Yeah.
meticulous.
Yes,
There we go.
right.
You should
There we
see
go.
And
how
now she's
fast.
gonna put it back on the machine,
Mhm.
and she's going to stitch the satin stitch around it, and
Okay.
then Gloria's
see,
going to
see.
show the kit.
See, one more
Yes.
little snip
Get
I need
this
to make.
folded
Okay.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to take these last two fabric pieces over here, so we have them when we're ready. So Gloria, you've got a beautiful open space.
Okay. I'm gonna fold them nice so
Perfect.
they are dying to buy this kit. All right. So, and I have the list of what they get too. So, okay, so they're going to get a fat quarter of Sherpa.
Right.
Okay, so that'll be 18 by 22.
No, actually more because
Okay.
a Sherpa is bigger.
60
so it's
inches
like
wide, 18
either
by 30.
54 or 60. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to get the Sherpa.
Right.
Okay. Then a fat quarter of the gold. Okay.
The buckle.
All right, for the buckle. And that means for more than one buckle, you can get
Yes.
30 buckles
That's
out of
a
this.
lot of
The
buckles.
Sherpa, you can get, 30. I'm going to say, that size piece? We're going to get like 20 Sherpa.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Easily.
Then a half yard of
red
the red
vinyl.
velveteen, half yard of the red vinyl. Okay, then there is black velveteen,
For
and
the
they
bu-
are, and
for
that
the
is
belt.
a half
Oh my God,
yard.
that's gorgeous. Yep.
Half yard of the black velveteen, and it is gorgeous. It really is.
Those are beautiful.
So, and you know what that would look so good with
What?
is the cork with the gold flecks.
Oh,
so black
yes.
velveteen with the black
Ooh,
cork
that'd be
and
pretty.
gold zipper. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get more of the zippers. So
Wow.
right now we just have the white and the red with the gold teeth, but I'm gonna get silver, and I'm gonna get. I think I should get black. I think I
Wow.
should.
I
Black
think
with
black
gold.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'd be beautiful.
So we will get more
Yep.
of that.
Right.
Okay, now it says half yard of.
This must have been the red up here. This is regular red, and that's your vinyl.
Okay, so
there you go.
half yard of the regular red, and that's the red that you use,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yep.
So
Yep.
yes, we love that one. Okay, and then 1 yard of a Christmas print. So they picked out this one, for linings.
Yeah,
it is
perfect.
really pretty,
Goes
really
nicely
pretty.
with the Sherpa.
So 1 yard of the print lining, half yard of the red vinyl, half yard of the black velveteen. Now the red vinyl, will that be the 18 by 25?
I
think-
don't know yet. We'll have to ask Kathy.
Yeah, okay,
But
I'll ask
This
Kathy
isn't the
what that-
real red vinyl. This is the one we were waiting on.
Yeah,
Or you
hopefully
said
it
you were-
came in
yeah,
today.
yeah.
I'll run get it. Okay,
It's gonna look
and
like
then
this.
this
I
one
mean,
right
it's just
here.
a little bit different, but it's very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a deeper red.
It
I
is,
kind
a
of like
little
the
bit
deeper red.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. And then fat quarter of the gold. And you only need what, like 2 inch by 2 inch
Yeah,
or
it
3
depends
by
on what
3?
bag- Yeah, 3 by 3.
Yeah,
Depends
okay.
on what bag size you're doing, but that's going to give you lots and lots of bags.
Okay, and so fat quarter of the Sherpa, which is 18, and I do think it's about 58 inch wide.
I think
so
it is too.
it's about
Yep.
26 inch,
Yeah.
about, so it'd be 18 by 26. You can get a ton of
You
these
can, for sure.
strips out of that. So that is, they put up in the corner, it makes 10 assorted sizes. So
I'm sure more than 10.
more than 10.
Honestly, it really
Okay.
depends on what bag size you're doing. I know people said how many bags. Well, we can't answer that because there are 11 different sizes. And are you doing the optional quilted back? So that's going to make a lot of bags.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Oh,
Okay, how's
Yeah,
it going over
it's a
here? I
big
can't wait
job.
to see
Yeah.
you. Okay.
She is nearing. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Okay.
She is definitely
And
nearing.
then,
And
we
here's the
do-
Santa bag pattern, which I think you've already shown. But that's the Santa bag collection. That's one of the companion projects. The bag that Joni's stitching right now is project number 1 for Holiday in a Hurry. But if you want to stitch more Santa bags in different sizes, you can stitch as many 5x7s as you want as part of Holiday in a Hurry too. But if you want to stitch more sizes with more styles, like a crossbody style, then you're going to want to purchase the Santa bag collection. And someone just asked if they could see the finished one size again. And this is the, there we go. That's the finished size.
That's just
Oh,
the one
of this
Joni's
one.
making.
Okay.
That's what Joni's
Mhm.
making, exactly what she's making right now.
So
Okay.
cute.
Okay, so
Okay,
it looks
so-
like maybe we're going to put the back on.
So now what we're going to do, and we're going to bring it over to show, or actually, yeah,
Okay.
we have to put it on a flat surface.
Okay.
So now it's time to flip the lining into place.
Okay.
You notice how that
Yeah.
lining has been sitting up there this whole time. We're just going to push this up a little bit. She's going
Okay.
to turn the hoop to the back, and she's going to take her 2 pieces of tape off, and she's going to flip her lining down. Because now that lining is going to hide all of that stitching
Mhm.
for the belt, the buckle, and the quilting if you did quilting.
Okay.
So she's just going to go ahead and put a couple pieces of tape down.
Okay, like that.
That's
Okay,
fine. And I probably
okay.
give you more of a big piece than you need.
So this
that's
is on
okay.
the back. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
So now her bag's beautiful
Mhm.
because you can't see all that
Right.
stitching or thread. And
Okay.
she's going to take
Am
it
I
back
too
to
close here?
you might
Maybe
be a little
it-
close there.
How about
That'll stick to your machine bed.
Okay, so that's
So just take
Scarlett's
it out
right
a little
here.
bit. Yeah, there you go. That should be
Okay.
good.
Okay,
All right.
there.
Now she's going to take
One
it back.
more? No,
No,
you
it's
don't have
good.
to because
It's
it's already
left
okay.
yeah.
All
all
finished
right.
edge.
All right.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Now we're going to go back and we want red.
I would put red back
red-
in. You're going to use red for the rest of the bag,
Okay.
which is only a few steps. We're at minute 15 out of 17 minutes. So you know there's not much left. And she's going to put red in. And Gloria, you're here at the perfect time because
All
this
right.
is the grand finale.
Okay, good,
You know,
good, good.
she's doing the lining piece, and then we're going to put our little tab on.
So it's just one little lining piece.
One little
So
lining piece.
now, like, so I gotta open this up and look. Where'd it
Okay,
go?
what do you open? Oh,
Right here. Okay.
Yep.
But both sides are
I
both
know.
sides are lined.
you're going to see it in a minute.
Okay,
You're gonna see
yeah.
it in a minute. Don't
Okay.
forget that part.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
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 So
All
I'm
right.
gonna place this in front of Joni.
Okay.
So that is your tab,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
And she's gonna cut her tab, and she's gonna cut her tab. But if you turn it around, Joni, and look
Oh,
at the
yeah.
wrong side,
You took about.
I'm not always the straightest cutter.
Mhm.
So I mark 1/8 of an inch in,
Okay.
and then I put the edge of my specialty shears, this is the scallop shears,
Mhm.
right on that edge.
the
Yep.
the point
Yep,
right on
point,
the edge.
and then I
Okay,
just
like
cut
that.
it. Yep.
Okay. We're gonna cut that.
And these scalloped edge shears,
Yep.
a shipment arrived today.
Oh
So if
yay!
you haven't gotten yours yet, they'll be
Yep.
getting those out real
Those are
There you
soon.
go.
great.
And look how
Those-
easy that is.
Yes. Yes.
Now you can make your tab as skinny or as wide as you like.
Mhm.
I like to cut them about that width. I cut 1 inch by 3 inch. But you can make it as wide as you want or skinny as you want. The pattern also shows you how to do those tabs with cotton. You're going to fold it in half.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you a little piece of tape, Joni.
Mhm.
Normally I would say, take it to a flat surface, but you're fine.
Wait,
Okay.
wait,
You're going
wait.
to,
What about the D-ring?
oh, let's go get a D-ring to put in there.
Okay.
All right. Actually, we're going to put an O-ring since I happen to have one right here
Okay.
without having to go
okay.
anywhere.
Okay.
I'm just going to take this little doobie off. So this is an O-ring, which, by the way, if you bought that really good little gold
Yeah.
set that we
Yeah,
showed
the hardware.
yesterday,
Mhm.
And you
That's
said
in
that
there.
comes in silver too, right?
it does.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'll
So
get
just
them.
pop
I'll
this
get
in.
them.
Now, the only important thing you have to know about this, and again, there's pictures, make sure that the tab is to the center. right? So the loop is to the center,
Okay, yes,
right?
you
So
don't
if
want
you
it.
put the loop to the outside, well,
Yeah,
that's not going to
okay.
work.
No, it's going to be
you-
inside your
so
purse.
go ahead and put that in, and then I'm going to give her a piece of tape.
Okay.
And then make sure, you see where the needle position is right
Yes,
there?
that's,
Make sure that your tape is beyond that needle position,
okay.
okay? Because otherwise you're going to
Okay.
get stuck on your tape
All right, so we're gonna go
right
Maybe
there.
beyond
like
yeah.
I'm in the middle,
Yep.
the needle's in the middle of the tape.
No, you want the needle. The needle starts on the right-hand side and goes to the left, so just have it be right where the
Where the-
needle's starting.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to take it off the hoop. We're just doing that
Okay,
since
how
all of
about
us are
like-
gathered around you watching
Yes.
you
So that's-
intently.
Lisa,
That's
I'm
it.
just sitting here saying to myself, this is so good you're doing this.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's
It
it's
is.
perfect. Yeah.
But I think people are going to see, even though it looks intimidating, it's not.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the nice thing is now you have it on video,
Right.
so
Mhm.
they'll be able to come back here as many times as they like to see.
Okay. The
And
only
we
thing I
like
don't
them
like
to come
is
every day.
I think the bottom. No, it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I
I
think
thought
you're
the
good.
I thought the
Good.
the-
Just make sure when you start stitching, you're holding this down
Down.
a little bit, and you're good.
okay.
Because you're working with fluffies now, folks.
Right.
So
yeah. So we're just
there
gonna,
you go.
All
And
right.
she's going to start. All right.
Okay, that was easy.
So now we're going to leave it. We're going to leave that in the hoop.
okay.
Because now we're going to take the back fabric, and if you are doing the quilted bag, you have already quilted your front, like we did yesterday, Joni, with the Hug-a-Mug.
Okay.
But we're using vinyl for this one, so just pretend this is quilted. It's
Okay.
the same exact process. You're going to turn it right side down.
Okay.
You're going to put it over your bag, making sure you're covering the bag. It's kind of nice because all the sizes are cut to the same size.
Okay.
And we're going to stitch just the bottom portion, about 3 inches for this size bag,
Okay.
because what will happen is that will become the opening for your lining to be able to turn the bag.
Okay.
So go ahead and stitch this.
Okay.
There you go. And I was saying earlier that Joni has great technique, because anytime you place something in the hoop, your hand should be always guiding and smoothing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to just like hope for the best.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we're going to take the hoop off the embroidery arm. We're going to go over to a flat surface, and we're going to put the last piece of fabric that hasn't found a home yet.
Okay.
And that would be the lining. That's the
Okay.
second part, just like
Oh,
Gloria said,
okay.
where's this other piece?
Yeah, yes, yeah,
It's right
okay.
here. So turn the hoop right side
Okay.
down.
All
You're
right.
going to take this
This
lining
side.
piece, and you're going to put it over the entire bag.
Okay.
And you'll do note, and make sure it's like up here, right?
Mhm.
You're covered up there.
Okay.
Do note that we have interfaced this bag.
Yes.
And Gloria and team did put
Okay, I see.
interfacing
Mhm.
in your Holiday in a Hurry
Yeah.
2 kit.
Right.
Mhm.
The reason we do that is we do it because it gives it more body. And it's just going to be a much nicer interior of the bag. All right, so there we go.
So I only
Okay.
have 3.
Yep.
Is that okay to leave the one? Yeah, we'll be all right.
Okay.
There you
all
go.
right.
And she's going to take it back to the back to the embroidery machine and stitch the last step.
Okay.
And PJ, can you come into the screen just a little bit as soon as she
Now, are we leaving
lowers the
this?
arm?
We're
Yep.
leaving that
Yep,
where
we're
it is.
leaving that exactly where it is.
Okay.
But if you look, this now becomes a multi-step tack down for the lining and the backing. And the reason we do that is we're going to stitch just until right when the fur starts. And the reason we stop there is just in case your fur is a little fluffier than ours and your zipper's a little bit bigger than ours. If you need to raise the embroidery
Okay.
foot a little bit, you can.
Mm.
So go ahead and stitch the first step.
Okay.
And this is all explained with pictures in the stitch sequence. The reason we do that is every machine is different. I had no problems with my Solaris. I stitched so many of these bags. I never had to raise my embroidery foot. But if you have to raise your embroidery foot, we stop the machine for you when the time would be that you would need to raise it.
Should we show
So-
them where to do it on this?
Yes, I think that's
Okay.
a great idea.
Okay.
So Joni's going to show you where on the Baby Locks and Brothers,
Mhm.
where you would raise your embroidery foot.
Okay, so we go to the settings page and
Just that little
embroidery.
piece of paper. Yep.
Embroidery foot. Embroidery foot height.
Yep.
And that's the default.
Right. And don't you
it-
love that the defaults are all black? So
Yes.
you always know what the
Mhm.
default is.
Yeah, and then if you could, you would raise it. You
Right.
Could
I
go
would raise
up
it to maybe a little bit higher. Yep. A little bit
Mhm.
higher, which would be a 0.8.
Yeah,
or a
which
0.1.
that kind of gets you mixed up because the numbers down below
I know.
raise it higher.
Right.
The numbers
It's
up
up here
above
above.
Make it
raise it
smaller.
lower. It
Yep.
should be
Yep, I agree.
switched.
Yep.
But
Okay.
I agree.
Mhm.
All right. So now, if you need to, you can raise your embroidery foot.
Mhm.
We don't need to.
Me too. Okay.
So we can just keep going.
okay.
Keep trucking.
Okay, so we'll just get rid of
Yep.
that. Okay, and say okay.
Okay.
All right, we can keep going?
Yep. We can keep going.
All right.
And now it's going to do, it's going to stitch up past the fur and make the turn.
Okay.
Now, if you're stitching the crossbody bag,
so is it going through the zipper right now?
yes,
too?
it
Yeah.
surely
Okay.
is.
Mhm.
And
I was
she's
kinda
doing an
scared.
excellent
That's
job.
another thing that scared me. The number 5 zippers, but
Yeah,
the
no,
machine
they
goes right
stitch
through it.
beautifully.
Okay.
Just as we said earlier today, don't ever use a metal zipper.
Right.
Right.
These
Okay.
have to be
Mhm.
vinyl zippers.
Okay, so
All
we're
right,
just
so
testing
here's
now or
nope. So now we stopped again
Mhm.
because if you did raise the embroidery foot, you don't want to leave it up there because now we're back to a flat
Oh.
surface.
Mhm.
So we would lower the embroidery foot again, but we didn't raise it, so we can just keep trucking.
Okay.
Are you worried about where your zipper tab is, or did you?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, that was out,
And the reason why is wait till you see. Did you notice we left the zipper tab way up at the top so far?
No,
Mhm.
I did
We
not.
did.
Uh-huh.
I noticed.
Mhm.
And it's going to stop us halfway up the side of the bag.
Okay.
And now we're going to take the hoop off of the machine.
Mhm.
And wait till you see this. You're going to love this.
All right.
This makes a top zip bag so easy.
Okay.
Come back to the flat surface.
All right. Okay, so let's see.
Okay. You're going to flip the front down.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And we probably should have removed this firsthand, but that's all right. We'll get the rest later.
Okay.
I'll pull a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to take this tape all off.
There's the
Is
tab
that
of the zipper.
Yeah.
And now we're going to lower the zipper. And you can see I'm just pulling it to right
Mhm.
where I stopped here. Then I'm going to
Okay.
take like I say, a stiletto. I happen to have a seam ripper here.
And just
And
kind
I'm
of
just
push
going
it
to
down.
push the zipper down past where I've already stitched.
Mhm. Very
So now
good.
it's not in my way anymore.
All
And
right.
look how flat that's laying,
Mhm.
right?
Perfect.
So now we're going to stitch all the way to right here. It's going to stop again because this is where my fluffy is.
Okay, so you would adjust
I
it
don't
if
have
you,
to
if,
change it for the Solaris,
Mhm.
but if you're stitching with Bernina or a Husqvarna or a Viking, maybe you would have to. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
We give you where you would have to raise it if you need to. All right, so
Okay.
let's finish
That's
them up.
very, very good.
It makes all of the stress of a top zip bag go away.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right,
I
Okay.
think this is so
remember
good.
to hold your fabric down, and
Okay.
Joni doesn't have to be told. She knows. Especially up at the corner where you can see you got a little gappy there.
Yeah.
Yep. And now, if she needed to raise the foot, she would, because we're about to make the turn over the zipper and over the fluff.
Okay.
Fur. I call it fluff sometimes, but
Mhm.
over the fur. She's just holding it nice and flat. And she has now cleared the fur. It's going to
Yeah.
stop again for the final little corner.
Okay.
And again, you don't have to raise the foot. If you don't need to, don't. It's just a stop. If you need to, it's there. And now she's going to finish the last part. And then
Okay.
we are done.
We are
No
done.
All we have to
Yay.
do is
Let's
trim and
it.
turn.
Mhm.
So I missed that second piece of lining. Or was there only one?
No, there's a second piece of lining that we took off the hoop and put it on the bottom. You'll see it in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And voila.
We are
Well
done.
done. We're done.
Good job, Miss Joni.
Yes,
All
you
right.
could do one a day from now till Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily.
And-
Easily. And have a lot of bags.
And have a lot of
There was
of
the happy
bags.
noise. I almost love the happy noise at
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're
Okay.
going to take it over to our
Mhm.
our flat surface.
Okay.
All right.
All right, and we'll pop it out.
Yep, we're going to pop it out.
So this is done in a 5x7 hoop.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a 5x7 hoop. You don't have to waste stabilizer.
Mhm. So
Yep, and then the
pretty
bigger
much
ones,
everybody,
of course, have a bigger
everybody
bag.
could do this.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
All right. And then let's take it over. I like to watch from the lining side. Here's where my opening is.
Mhm.
So I'm going to trim a 1/4 of an inch all the way around, or a scant quarter, but I'm going to leave a 1/2 inch right here.
Okay.
So we want to pull up. I think we had that nice scissors from
Yeah.
yesterday.
Okay.
And let's,
And let's see. And
There you
we're gonna leave this.
yep, leave a 1/2 inch where the opening is. And we had some little, I don't know what happened there, but don't worry about it. It's a triple stitch, it'll hold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we're gonna cut 1/4 of an
Woohoo!
inch.
Gail said, woohoo!
Yeah.
Mhm.
Almost woohoo. When she turns it, we'll
Yeah.
all say woohoo.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, Kathy mentioned that I've made a lot of in the hoop bags, and I've never seen one like that. This, I think, is a really great way to do a top zip bag, meaning the zipper's at the very top of the bag, because it lets you move the zipper down at the appropriate time and avoid that big hump, which is where most embroidery foots are going to have the biggest problem. So we eliminated that by having the 6-step back process or tack down process.
Okay. I just wanna get all
So I
this.
see a question about, are the designs on a CD? No, we do download codes. So you go to our website, you're going to get a little pattern from Gloria. And here's, let's get the Santa bag pattern. So here's the little Santa bag pattern. Can you see this?
Yeah, we are gonna. Joni.
I got it right
Oh,
here.
you got it.
Just
Okay.
There you
point it
go.
towards me.
And when you open it up, here are the instructions. So you go to our website, you create an account. You have to have an account in order to register your license code. Down here, it would say Santa bag, and there would be a code that you would enter into our website, just following these instructions. And then when you enter that code, the amount due goes to 0 because you've already purchased it from Gloria.
Okay.
And then you progress through payment for a dollar amount, and you download your designs.
Okay.
And the nice thing about it is you never have to worry about a CD being broken.
Right.
You don't have to worry about a USB going bad.
Mhm, or losing
Or
it.
losing
Or losing
it.
it.
Yeah,
You don't have
'cause you
to
do
worry
lose
about
them.
your computer breaking. I mean, I get new computers fairly often,
Mhm.
and I don't have to worry about it because I can just go back to my account on welovetostitch.com and download my designs again.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now.
yep. Joni remembers this from
Yeah,
yesterday.
So we're gonna turn
So
the
you're
lining
gonna-
first.
You're gonna take so she's trimmed a 1/2 inch here. In order to eliminate bulk inside the bag, we're gonna take the 2 lining pieces, which are these black polka dots. We're gonna fold them away, and then we're gonna trim just that vinyl piece,
Okay.
right? And that just eliminates bulk in your bag.
Okay.
And now she's gonna turn it right side out through that opening.
Okay.
And that opening
Do
was
you
where
snip going around? No.
No,
she
just
already did. I might trim a little bit more,
More,
a scant
okay.
1/4 of an inch, because otherwise it's a little bulky. But here we go.
Mhm. You don't have to make little.
Gosh, no, it's
No.
a rounded corner.
Okay.
That's why we did the rounded corners.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You'll notice all the bags. This is the Santa bag. We also had that Zip It collection. All of them have rounded corners because it makes poking out the corners a lot easier,
Mhm.
and it makes trimming a lot easier. So I just like to trim about a scant 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, somewhere around in there.
Mhm.
And we're almost there. I think that's good enough.
Okay.
Just put this little last piece there. Okay,
All right. So
time for you to turn.
Okay, so we're gonna reach in. I'm gonna try and
Yep.
bring the corner.
And then we're going to make a pom-pom.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here, I feel like I'm in You step one more step over because they don't want to see me. They want to see you and Lisa.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
step
go
in here.
You have to
That-
take your time when you're turning, especially for the smaller size bags. She's doing awesomer.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get this one out.
It's a wrestling match.
For a little
Well,
one, yeah. I
vinyl is a
don't.
little bit harder to turn than
Mhm.
cotton, but just take your time.
Okay,
It's obviously harder with the smaller bags.
Yeah.
You want me to help you? You got it.
I got it.
She's got
Yeah.
She's determined.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mhm.
matter of principle at this point.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah,
is good
it's
that they
easy enough.
see
Yeah.
her struggle because
sure.
if they struggle, they think they're doing something
Yeah,
wrong.
there's nothing wrong with that.
This is
Do
normal.
we have a point turner? Something
You know
to
what?
a little.
I saw one there.
Oh,
it
there
is.
you
That's
go.
perfect. Yeah, this is one
So
of my
as soon as
favorite
she's
tools.
Finished turning, she's going to poke the corners out, and because they're rounded, it's not so bad.
Mhm. There we go.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna Get this
And I
one.
just want to feel so that the leather's in that seam,
Yep.
everything's
Yep.
in that
Everything
seam.
that's in that seam.
They're asking if you would use a magnetic hoop. I generally don't because we're pulling in and out so much, but
I am the same school as you are, Kathy.
Okay,
I
so-
don't like using a magnetic hoop when I'm pulling in and out, in and out, and in and out.
Especially since it's a floated
Yeah,
project.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
when I saw this coming through, I got a little nervous, but we have to turn it twice, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now you see that the lining is looking
Oh,
at
no.
You
you.
know, see the zipper? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
The
go
Bigger
lining
back.
is-
ones are easier to turn,
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Oh,
Much
yeah.
easier
Yeah.
to turn.
Mhm.
Much easier to turn.
Yeah.
So now she's got the bag.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's.
she's going to turn. Now, this is where you would turn these two pieces of lining to the inside and use a little steam a seam or
That's all
goodness
I do.
forgive.
Yeah.
Steam.
Goodness forget, you'd have to hand sew that. But we're just going to pretend it's hand sewed already.
Okay. And
So
then.
now we're going to turn it right side out.
It's another wrestling match.
Mhm.
Oh, this one's much easier because
Yeah.
it's huge. It's a nice opening.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Look how cute.
Yes. It turned out great.
It turned out so cute.
And now you want to make 50 more, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm. For Arden and all her friends.
Pass them out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do like to use my fingers for this part,
Mhm.
but you can use your point turner, whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
We do give you kind of clues in there. So if you have a stiffer vinyl, turn up the heat, which means not your iron. You're working
Okay.
with vinyl.
Yeah.
It means your hair dryer.
Oh,
Just
yes.
blast the vinyl with a little bit of heat from your hair
Mhm.
dryer. It makes turning super easy.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
So cute.
There is Joni's bag.
Yeah, that is
Awesome.
so cute.
Oh, that's
That was-
That was a little
That-
bit of the topper of the
Yeah,
wing,
the
but
little bit
you
of the
just trim
top.
that. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, we'll just pull it off.
Yep.
There we go.
Look how cute.
That is so cute. Here, there we go.
All right.
So cute.
Oh.
Mhm.
There you go.
Okay.
can-
Is this
can-
giving you all
I
the
can
courage
probably
to
go
get
like
started?
this a little bit.
Okay.
There.
Yes.
So we have one
Linda
left.
just said she's going to make at least 50 more.
Yay!
That's good.
Okay.
All right, Linda, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
So you'll
50.
be in the
Well, 50. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sue just said she'd be in the number 2 position. All right, so we're gonna top pom poms.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna pop over here a little
Mhm.
bit. There we go.
Okay.
So this is the pom pom maker, and the kit
Mhm.
that Gloria was selling yesterday had 4 sizes, and this I think is the medium size. So you'll notice that it actually has 2 parts, and we're gonna open those parts to get started. And we're gonna begin wrapping here, and then go through this side, and then we're gonna come over to the other side. And I'm using this the white yarn,
Mhm.
and I'm just starting to wrap. And I'm holding these 2 pieces together. So how full your pom-pom is depends on how thick you're wrapping, right?
Mhm.
And you're just going around that circle. Can you see this okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be a little one then, or is it?
It's a medium-sized one. It's
Medium.
going to be like this.
This,
A
okay.
little bit smaller, I think, than that one. Let's get some
And
more
what
yarn
yarn
around here.
did you?
What you don't buy expensive yarn to do this.
You don't.
Okay.
You just, I bought. I'm not sure which one this is, but I bought Lion Brand at
Mhm.
Michael's.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Michael's? Okay.
So now I'm done with this side. So you notice that I haven't put any yarn on these little feet over here.
Mhm.
Okay, so now I'm
Okay.
holding it and I'm at the bottom and I'm gonna have it just come through this little hole. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm gonna close it down.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna start wrapping the second side. Okay, again, holding it even. Wrapping, wrapping, wrapping.
This would
And
be
how-
great projects with grandkids.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
would be. This
Mhm.
would be. And honestly, it's so darn cute. Like I said, I've made a lot of
It is.
bags.
Look at this.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Here, we'll
so
lay some
cute.
down for
Yep.
inspiration.
Perfect. Here.
All of these, you did all the
I did. And they're,
bags.
you know, it's such a reasonable thing. I mean, you know, when you're making as many bags as I made, I wanted to decorate and have them look nice, but not spend a fortune.
Right.
So I am
Mhm.
now done. And I'm going to clip my thread. Clip my yarn. And I'm going to close it. Right?
So
There
you're a
you go.
loose one.
There you go. That's
Don't
okay.
worry.
Mhm.
Don't
okay.
worry. So now I'm going to cut a length. The longer length, the easier it is to tie. So this is about 15, 16 inches.
Mhm.
I'm going to take my very sharp scissors. And I'm going to, remember those ones, the openings there?
Mhm.
I'm going to put it right in that groove. And I'm going to trim.
Okay. Can
Mhm.
you get a good angle? I think they can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Okay.
like I said, there's a lot of YouTubes out there. So I started at those feet
Mhm.
and went around. Now I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. Using that groove to keep my scissors in the right spot. And yes, I have that hanging because that was how I finished. I'm now going to take that piece that I used before. I'm going to put it right, see that groove that's now all nice and clean? I'm going to put my yarn right in the middle. I'm going to turn it to the side and I'm going to knot it. And I'm going to double knot it. I knot it once,
Okay.
pull it.
Okay.
And if your yarn is breaking at this point, then switch to like butcher string, something
Okay.
that's going to keep this tight. I did a demo with this not too long ago, and my my yarn just kept breaking, which means my pom pom fell apart immediately.
Oh.
So Sue was like, "Are you sure you want to give that pom pom demo
Yeah.
today?" She really did ask me that. Okay, so now I'm secured. I'm holding onto these two. I'm flipping up my feet. One side, then the other side. And then these, actually, I'm holding the blue parts because there's a little string in between, a little wire, and I'm pulling it
Oh.
apart.
Oh my.
And there, And here's
You
my
never-
here's my little strings that I have to cut
Yeah.
off. You're always going to have a couple that you cut
Mhm.
off.
Hmm.
And there's my pom pom.
Wow.
That is
It's
really cute.
Isn't that
That is
cute?
really,
Mhm.
really cute.
Definitely. Give
And
it a little
I
haircut.
just give it a little haircut. I'm thinking that looks good. And
It
then
does. It
now
looks really
how
good.
you can attach them any way that you want. Again, I'm going to refer to Gloria showing you the gold kit.
I'll go get that in the
That-
bubble.
Okay.
Yeah, and put that in the bubble.
Sure.
And the
Yep.
reason why is I think it finishes really prettily
Mhm.
when you put either a split ring or a little O-ring,
Mhm.
and you take the two ties, right, that you
Mhm.
have. Here's my two ties.
Okay.
I'm going to pop my O-ring in there. And actually, I usually put my, let me see, I'm going to get this one here. I usually put, so this is my O-ring. I'm going to put a little extra fancy on it. You can just put your lanyard hook on it. And, you know, by the way, these little extra chains, like Gloria said yesterday, you just put a bunch of those O-rings together. Or if you have some broken jewelry, it's great to use up for that.
Okay.
So here's my O-ring. It's going to go in between these two chains, right? In between the two yarns. I'm going to tie my yarn again. One, a double, two,
Okay.
and maybe one more, three.
Okay.
And then I'm going to trim this off.
And you have a
Where's your
really-
bag, Joni?
Let's see. Where did it go? Oh, right here. Okay.
And here's Joni's.
Oh,
Finished
look how
bag.
adorable. That is so cute.
Aw.
Aw.
And that is how you do a pumpkin.
Yeah, they're very easy and
Sue,
fun.
are you proud of me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch this
Yes.
over and over again.
Yeah, it's so cute.
No, we're just out there going,
All
this
right,
is
so-
so good you did this.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for having me do a demo with,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Joni. She's a pleasure to demo with. I'll let you close and
All
I'll
right.
see you
Okay.
all at
Okay.
3.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So thank you all for watching. Remember, the big reveal is at 3 o'clock. If you're new here, you're going to want to register right now. If you're new here and you're on Facebook, go down to the comment bar and type in the word register, then press
Can I steal
enter,
your microphone just to
and a
be
new
safe?
screen will come up. I just
Thank
want you
you.
to put in 4 things: first name, last name, email address, and your phone number. Advance to the next screen, set up your username and password, and get right back. And you'll be ready for 3 o'clock when we go on. But even better is to go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and download our app. It is Gloria Horn Sewing Studio. It is a free app, so get that downloaded. You can shop faster, which we have bargains all the time. And the people on the app and on our website. So same thing for the website. Go on the website and get registered. On the website and our app, you just have to click on buy, add to cart, 100 times,
Yes,
Joni and I
yes.
say.
Yes. Keep going.
Yes. And even so, if the total amount that you spend is $100, and that $100 includes one of their expansion packs, you will get the free design set that they're going to introduce today at 3 o'clock. So you're all going to
It's
want to
really
tune
nice.
in.
Yeah.
It
can't
is.
tell- They can't tell you, but
No,
I'm
I'm
surprised
holding
she
back.
has. Yeah,
I'm
she's holding it.
trying. Yeah, I want to just give you a hint, and they're
Mhm.
telling me, don't do it, don't
Yeah.
do it. So, and remember that anything you buy until 5 o'clock today, you're going to get 10% put back into your account to spend later, and that makes it a lot fun. It's kind of like a gift certificate, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Mhm.
Yes. So thank you all so much, and we will see you again at 3 o'clock. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.